What's up everyone? As requested, I'm going to be reviewing a video by Magnus Midtbø. The video is called "This is the fittest human on the planet." I've been wanting to review a video by this guy ever since I saw this video called "The Real American Ninja Warrior," and that's because of the dark eye circles in the video. It's insane. It's some of the worst I've ever seen.
So it looks like we're gonna get...
Look at this guy. He looks so worn out, so sick. It's crazy, and that's because of the extreme stress in his life. This was from many years ago. We'll see what he's up to today.
This is what the world's fittest human looks like. Don't believe me? Well, listen to this. Kristian Blummenfelt is the Olympic champion in triathlon. He has the fastest Ironman time in history with an unbelievable time of 6 hours.
This guy also looks very worn out, crazy deep wrinkles. Kristian what? I'm gonna try to find him. We'll see how old he is. His name is Kristian Blummenfelt. Sounds German. Norwegian is a Germanic language. It says that he's from Bergen, Norway. That's where all of the black metal bands come from. And he's 30 years old. If that's true, that's insane. He's way younger than me and looks way older than me. He doesn't look 30 whatsoever. He looks like he's 45. From the clip that I saw, maybe we'll see more up-close videos. That's crazy. This is exactly what exercise does to you. This kind of extreme exercise especially. It completely wears out your body and ages you like crazy.
44 minutes. For comparison, David Goggins, who I guess you all know, his fastest Ironman time is 11 hours and 24
David Goggins is one of the most depressed people on earth.
minutes. And as if that alone wasn't enough to call him the fittest man on the planet, he also has the highest VO2 max ever recorded.
That's funny. That's exactly what I always say. The higher your VO2 max, especially when you exercise to actually train your body to adapt to the stress, the shorter your lifespan will be. That's how it has to be, because VO2 max is a way to measure how adapted you are to stress. That's about it.
Kristian spends a lot of time in high altitude, especially now in preparation for the Paris Olympics. And that's where he invited me to come meet him to experience firsthand his brutal training regimens.
Yeah, brutal is for sure right. And if something is brutal, then you don't want to do it naturally. You want to stay away from anything that's brutal.
So it's currently 6 a.m. We're in Sierra Nevada in Spain, and I'm going to train with the fittest guy on the
Jesus, he looks so old. It's so insane.
world. This is just going to be incredibly hard. I'm curious what we're going to do today, but I know for a fact that I'm
This guy is 35, I believe. 35, 36.
going to be really freaking tired by the end of today. Magnus, nice to meet you. You have the highest, it's called VO2?
Yeah, VO2.
You have the highest in the world, I heard, right?
Yeah.
Ever measured. Kind of cool. I wish I could say this.
How is that cool? What did you achieve exactly? You shortened your lifespan by decades to be fit? To be fit to do what exactly? I mean, everything you do is meaningless. Your life is nothing.
It's so hot in here. I'm not a very good swimmer. I think running is my favorite, and then swimming, and then cycling is probably my...
Why is his face so red? Is that acne or... Oh, but here also. Or is it... Oh, it's a sunburn, I guess.
worst, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to be an amateur compared to these guys anyways, because these are like unreal, like they're superhuman. I would think that like cycling would be harder or something, like even running.
It's more so that they are anti-human.
But yeah, swimming is the hardest.
Swimming is for sure the hardest, yeah. One of the largest differences you will experience is that one, swimming is actually quite challenging because already there is a reduced amount of oxygen per liter of air. I will be ready to jump in if I see that. So the guys are swimming closer to 5K.
5K, okay, that's not gonna happen.
Let's see if you get to a 1K.
That's gonna be my goal today. I think I've never swam 1,000 meters before. The question is just if I can swim 1,000 meters in the time they take to swim 5,000.
Or is that actually just 4,007?
But you still have to swim almost 5 times as fast as me.
Yeah.
What do you do if you have to take a piss? Do you piss in the pool? Be honest.
No comment. It depends who's behind you.
So I think I have to explain what VO2 max is, and it's pretty simple. It's how much oxygen your body can absorb. The higher the number, the better. And Kristian has the highest number ever recorded in human history, regardless of sport. So he's the fittest person on the planet.
Now when he comes in, we're measuring the oxygen uptake with this one. And at the same time also I would just check his lactate to see a little bit where he is. My prediction is that he's...
It's very interesting because it seems like his goal is to also become one of the so-called fittest humans on Earth. But the problem is that being fit in this case doesn't actually in any way benefit you in your life. Technically speaking, if it was your job, which I guess it is for him, then you could say that you will earn money which doesn't exist from it. You will destroy your life, your health, wear out your body, decrease your lifespan by decades, but you will do better at your job. Okay, great. Have fun, you slave. It's just so stupid to actually ruin your life to adapt to something, which is what most people do when they do so-called fitness, which you in no way need in your life. What does any of this bring him? If he would be a fisher who would go spear fishing, and that's the only way that he could survive, by getting shellfish, all kinds of other fish, by diving deep into the water, then I could even understand why you would at least somewhat train to do it, even though when you do it, you already train, which is why there's no need to extra train for it. But in this case, there's just no purpose to it whatsoever. They are in this man-made building. There's a hole in the building, which is where they put in the water, which is super toxic, by the way. And then you swim inside of this hole from one side to the other. One side, other, one, other, and so on. There's no purpose to it whatsoever. It's completely meaningless. You only decrease your lifespan. That's it. You get nothing else out of it. But he is now the fittest man on this earth, which means that he has adapted his body to swim inside of this hole with toxic water from one side to the other, faster than the other slaves. That's it. It's just nothing. It's exactly what slaves do when their lives are meaningless. We'll see what else he has adapted his body to. It should be clearly understood that there's no such thing as a fit human being. You can only be fit for something specific. In this case, he's fit for swimming inside of this man-made hole with toxic water. We'll see what else.
He's high on lactate already. They are swimming now probably around...
Yes, exactly, and you shouldn't be.
1 to 2 millimoles of lactate is what we see here. For Magnus, we will see much higher numbers. Where it seems now you're sitting in shy of 4 liters of oxygen. You have to add another 50%, at least 50% on your oxygen uptake in order to be more or less the same place as Christian and Gustav, at least. I would say that for an average person that are exercising a little bit, you would be around 2.8 liters.
Yeah. I'm higher than like the average.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you measured lactate?
How is that good exactly? You have some of the darkest dark eye circles I've ever seen on any human on Earth. And I've reviewed a lot of videos.
Before? For lactate, Christian and Gustav, when they do this kind of set here today, we will probably see around 4 to 5 millimoles when it's a hard set. The highest values we get for Christian is...
You really don't want to be producing lactate. They talk about it as if it's somehow a good thing. It's when your body is extremely stressed and cannot get enough oxygen. And that also has been linked strongly to tumors in the body, which is when your cells die off. The higher your lactate, usually the quicker you will create tumors.
Swimming normally sits around 6-7 millimoles. Christian is not able to reach these values in swimming.
So yeah, I'm training much harder than Christian right now. He's a lazy piece of shit.
I wouldn't be surprised if both of them probably will end up in a wheelchair, or at the very least, they won't be able to properly walk or move anymore. Probably already in their 40s, maybe 50s. The body can't take it. You can see that biologically, both of them are way older. Both of them are in their 50s already biologically. Their bodies are about to give up.
The way he's turning his head, just barely enough to get oxygen. While I've swallowed so much water too. I thought all the data was interesting. The goggles with a head-up display showing the heart rates and also the lactate. I'm like way worse than Christian and those guys, but I'm also way better than the average.
I just can't believe how bad he looks like. How do people watch his videos? It's just so insane. Extremely, extremely sick.
Human, I think that's good. That I was afraid that I was going to say that I'm a lazy piece of shit. And my max heart rate...
Yeah, they have some kind of trauma, maybe because of their upbringing. I have no idea. Because they are really afraid of being called lazy. Lazy, by definition, is somebody who doesn't want to work. Work is for slaves. Nobody on Earth wants to work. which means that you're actually being a great so-called natural human being when you're lazy. By definition, in English, if you use the word, then you should know what it means. Why would you want to stress yourself, reduce your lifespan, and work or swim around in this poisonous water? I have no idea about the water. I just assume because most swimming pools are poisonous. It doesn't really matter anyway.
It was 185 and average heart rate was 123. But that was just first out of 3 sessions. Now there's going to be cycling and running. So this is where you eat every day?
This is breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
So this is where you consume like 6,000 calories? Or do you have like snacks and stuff?
Maybe half of it. I have snacks in the room, so I have
Alright.
some bread and
And you live
Bread.
in this place as well, right?
yeah. Normally, like Monday and Friday, we have like a rest day. And then
Okay.
we tend to go down to Granada and have some restaurant food, which is quite nice.
Is it, when you say rest day, is it like completely resting or is there, no, it's just like a casual 10K run and 5K swim, there's nothing?
Basically, it's like 12 to 15K run and
On the rest day?
a 4K swim.
Oh, so,
typically.
okay, so it isn't actually
That is so insane. I can't even believe what I'm hearing here.
a rest day, really.
Salt and peppers.
One salt and one pepper, right?
One pepper and one salt.
Okay, perfect. Now we have exactly the same. I don't want to take any chances today, so. When I saw the food, I was a little bit surprised. I thought there was going to be like all organic, fresh food, and it was just way more basic than I thought it would be, and also way more carbs. I thought it'd be like salads and fruits and all that stuff, but it seems like it's very repetitive what they eat. He said that it's basically the same meal every day, and you also have to get a lot of calories in order to be able to train that much. So I guess it makes sense. Like you're the Olympic champion. I mean, now you're defending it this year, right?
Yep.
Do you know who David Goggins is?
Yeah.
How does his times compare to your times? I think it's just funny because he's like the biggest hero on YouTube.
I don't know what he
I can't tell what they are eating there. Hopefully they will show. It looks like some kind of lasagna or potatoes with a red sauce, tomato sauce maybe. Maybe there's also bread next to it. Absolute slave food, obviously. If they would be eating actual natural food such as liver, even muscle meat, brain, spleen, if they would drink blood or at least raw milk, then they wouldn't look this bad. Your body can handle a lot of stress if you eat properly. That's probably why I didn't damage myself as much by going to the gym for years. But in this case, they are living the worst kind of lifestyle. This guy Christian, worst you can imagine. He's completely ruining his life right now. Has already. His life is ruined. When you look like you're almost 50 at 30, your life is ruined. And on top of that, this horrible food is just adding to it, or in this case, removing the years from his life.
has done in Ironman.
It seems here that his time is 11.
Yes, it is actually bread. Absolutely amazing that you can eat this horribly.
Hours and 24 minutes.
Then I was finished with
Some kind of potato? I can't even tell. Do they even eat any animal foods at all? There must be something inside, maybe some super overcooked meat.
eating, showering.
Oh, and is he also sponsored by Red Bull? Of course. It's funny because Red Bull sponsors all of these people who completely destroy themselves. And the drink also, of course, destroys you. It's insanely toxic. And then you get a bunch of adrenaline from it. All of these junkies are on adrenaline in general because of their horrible lifestyle, the slavery, but also because of what they drink and consume.
At the time that you finished.
In my first one, I did 7:21.
In your first one?
Yeah.
7:21.
It
And
was
he
enough.
did 11 hours and 24 minutes. So the next session is running for you, right?
You can see over there, we have Granada.
Yep.
So we will drive down to the bottom of the big climb and then head back up again.
All right, so second session of the day.
So this is the main dish of the day. Like it's a big one.
Yeah.
Now down in Granada, having 26K uphill. And
It's like this. It's so steep. And what do you have on your, you look so high tech. Was that in your shoe?
yeah, so this is a power meter, like for running. And here I have a Moxie sensor underneath
Oh my God.
and a core sensor.
Now we're at 800 meters. What pace are you thinking?
It's hard to say, it depends on how steep it is.
Okay.
Maybe 12, 13K per hour. and then up to 15, 16k per hour
When you
on
start.
the intervals. So I'll do like,
But interval, so you go fast and then a little bit slower and
yeah,
then fast? Okay.
So like 6 by 10 minutes. So it's like an hour in total of
Oh, I didn't even notice he's holding Red Bull in his head.
threshold.
Okay. And I'm wearing a lot of clothes. That's not because I'm freezing, but because I don't want to get a sunburn. Yep.
That's what I thought. The guy was super red. It's good that you're watching out.
Oh, let's,
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's get going.
I think I'm sure. Okay.
Let's go.
So, yeah. How long do we warm up for before you start?
Well, normally I do like maybe 20 minutes warm up.
The other guy could at least do it shirtless. Get some sun would be the only healthy part about it.
But because this climb is so long, I don't want to be done with my main set.
Right.
Like, I want to get further up in the warm up. So maybe like 30 minutes of warm up. So ideally the lactate should be around 2.5 millimoles.
So
So
means nothing to me, but yeah.
It's what you had on the swim divided by 5.
Okay, wow. It says my pulse is 153 right now.
120 here, 118.
Yeah. I see where this is going. So, you've been running for like 12 minutes now.
Yeah, almost 2k. So soon, we're gonna have a half marathon left.
Oh my God. Shoot me now.
Up here, it's gonna flattening out.
He says shoot me now, but he still does it and actually somehow tries to believe that it's good for you. If this is not a mental illness, then what is? How can you completely go against your own senses, intuition, instinct, but then still do something? There must be something really mentally wrong with you to actually then still go on. Believing other people over your own senses is dumb. That's what stupidity is. You could actually call both of these guys stupid, especially if they believe that this is good for them.
A little bit. At 1,000 meter, there is like a flat section.
Oh, nice. Like, I don't understand why you do this on like every day basis. It's so hard and it's like, it's just pain, man.
I was watching, I think like 2 years ago.
Only people who hate themselves do this. It cannot be anything else. There's no way that you can in any way like your body and then still torture your body. Think about it. If somebody is whipping themselves, would you say that they like their life, they like their bodies, or anything about their life? No, you would say that they are trying to destroy themselves. Literally the same. What's the difference? Name one difference between whipping yourself and running up a hill for 26 kilometers, even though you keep complaining about the pain and that you hate it. No difference.
I was watching the video where you were free climbing.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he told me like it's just simple. Every move is just simple.
Yeah. I'd much rather do that again than to do this. Oh man, I'm really struggling. It's just getting steeper too.
So what's your heart rate now?
179.
Okay.
Yours?
125.
Oh my God.
So it's like getting...
Yours says it hasn't changed. Oh my God, I don't see the end of this hill. Oh man. No, I can't do it. It's the end for me. I don't want to ruin your... You can just keep going.
Okay, you're gonna get flat over here. Then it's easier. Then you will catch me with the bike.
Okay. Ja. Ja, helt jävla.
So at this point, I just gave up following Christian. I know that he was just warming up at this point. He was going to go way faster. It's kind of like when you run uphill, it's just when you're finished, you're just completely finished. Like I had nothing left in me. I don't know if I look that tired, but there's just no way I can keep that pace
You always look tired. Come on.
up. So I basically just had to tell him to keep running because I didn't want to ruin his
He looks like somebody who should sleep for a year straight and then stop all exercise forever in his whole lifetime.
training.
So last time it was 11.2.
Yeah, 11.3 on the highest.
I think now it's 14.
14. Let's see, okay. Actually 8.7.
8.7 only?
Yeah, 8.7, yeah.
So this test shows you how much lactate is in your blood, and I have about 4 or 5 times as much as Christian, which means I'm struggling 4 or 5 times as much. So he's basically warming up, or maybe not even warming up at this point.
I'm really not trying to fake this. Like, this was way more tiring than the swimming. He's 15 kilometers in now. He still has like 11 to go, and the pace is incredible. What we did is nothing compared to how fast he's running right now. So your lactate now is 2.4?
2.4.
That's crazy. Mine was at 8 when I stopped.
Maybe take off this one to
Yeah,
see some
yeah,
weight.
send weight. I need all the help I can get.
One, easy.
Okay, this.
Two,
Okay. Easy, harder.
Yep.
Okay.
I read that in so many.
Not to come up with stupid excuses, but my calves are cramping up like crazy. Like really tightening. I had the same thing when I tried to run a marathon too.
Why would you then continue? You're completely destroying your body. How can you not listen to your body? Oh my God.
You just feel like a wimp when
Yeah, that's the problem with these people. They don't want to be lazy. What they see as lazy, they don't want to be seen as a wimp. It's all trauma. It's all done, again, just like bodybuilding, only for other people, only how other people see you. Why else would you do it? Would you run up a hill, 26 kilometers? Not that it's even possible in nature because there's no roads. No, of course, never. Never. Would you go to a man-made building to lift man-made metal for yourself if you were the last human left on Earth? No, of course, never. You only do it for other people. This is also done for other people. It's always insecurities to somehow impress other people because you know that you can't do it any other way naturally. It's always some kind of trauma, compensating, coping. It's always the same with all of these people. Any kind of exercises you do, it's always for other people.
complain about stuff like that. But it's pretty painful.
So we were probably about 17 kilometers into the ride, and I had to give up. There was just no chance. He just disappeared. I was cramping up. The air felt thin. I had nothing left to give, and I couldn't see him anymore. So it's a little bit disappointing. I thought I would be able to keep up better on the bike, but there was just no chance.
There's one detail on the bike that I was looking at the whole way. It hurts more to lose, but it didn't help me enough though. I couldn't even beat him on a bike, so that says a lot, I think. So I think we're...
It's really crazy, this mentality of these people. They really don't want to lose. Lose what? Name something that you would lose. Only the way other slaves see you. Why do you care? Don't live for other people. Live for yourself. Do what's good for you. Have children. Be there for them. Live a long life for them. Be around for them. Do something for yourself, for your children. Your children are you. That's the only people on earth that you should do anything for. Your family. Instead of you're probably infertile, and if you have children, then you're not going to be there for them. This is crazy. Actually insane.
I'm just going to get in the car and then meet Christian at the top. Is this it?
This is it.
Good job.
Actually, a K longer than I remember.
1K longer than you remember?
27.
Oh my God.
So-
What's the time?
2:23.
You don't even sound out of breath or anything. It's crazy. How many people in
I wouldn't say that. Also, it looked like his knees are giving in a little bit.
the world do you think could have followed you up that mountain?
To follow my training plan over time is very few.
Yeah.
So a lot of triathletes even struggle to do the same sections as I'm doing.
Yeah, because I've heard that scientists thought that it wasn't possible to absorb the amount of training that you do, right?
Yeah, and there is also like the research in the past has shown that it's not possible to absorb the same amount of calories as I'm
Okay.
eating as well.
Well, I'll see you in half an hour then.
Yeah.
It's never ending.
Of course, because his body is extremely stressed. It's trying to deal with the stress as much as possible. That's all that this is about. The VO2 max, absorbing the calories. Your body is in a survival mode. That's it. Should be clearly understood.
I'm gonna eat the same as Christian. This is the day in the life of the world's fittest man, and he happened to have Nutella, so I bet.
Whoa, Nutella is insanely poisonous. It's actually based on vegetable oils. There's also chocolate inside, theobromine, a potent toxin, caffeine, obviously, needless to say. Although, is there actually... Because they give it to children. I've never actually thought about this. There should be, right? If there's chocolate. Do they filter it out somehow? There is coffee without caffeine. Maybe.
You guys didn't expect Nutella to be on the menu today, but neither did I, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like you're eating sugar with vegetable oils and some chocolate. It's insanely disgusting. There's no freaking way that anything he does has anything to do with his diet. The diet looks insanely bad.
It is really inspiring though to see what his body is able to do. You know, after hanging out with him, I kind of like...
What does it matter if he can swim around in a hole or run up a hill? Literally, how does it matter? Say anything beneficial about it. Why should I be impressed with that? He's gonna die very young, and nobody's ever gonna think back at him thinking, oh wow, he was able to swim from one side to the other faster than somebody else, or he was able to run up this hill. He achieved nothing. It's just nothing. It's nothing at all. I can't think of anything that's in any way meaningful about what he does.
I want to do the same. It just seems so nice to be that fit, you know? He also seems like a super focused guy. Like, I've met a lot of dedicated people, but I think he might be the most dedicated person I've ever met. I think most...
Yes, dedicated to absolutely destroying his body to the max. Great. Yeah. It's clear that you would look up to somebody like him because you're on the same path.
So it's just really interesting to see what the human body is capable of. So this is what you ate?
True. That is interesting. I'll give it to him. It's pretty interesting to see that the body will go that far.
Pretty much?
Yes,
Bread
pretty much.
and Nutella.
That's a typical pre-race meal.
Bread and Nutella. Is there even a worse meal on earth? You have glyphosate, anti-nutrient, sugar, fiber, which is indigestible. So nothing. And then Nutella, vegetable oils, and some more anti-nutrients and toxins. A complete poison.
Okay.
Like bread, Nutella, you can find it everywhere in the world.
Yes, because it's slave food. That's why you can find it. What you can't find easily is blood. That's very hard, because that's the best food on earth. And animal organs from healthy animals. You can know that you're eating a garbage diet when you can find the food that you eat everywhere. Then you know right away.
It's a lot of carbs.
Yep.
And it's simple for the stomach.
Okay, bro, I'm ready.
That's good.
It's absolutely not simple for the stomach. Anything that has fiber, which is indigestible, is hard for the stomach. What's easy and simple for the stomach is raw meat and blood. He doesn't even know that. I wonder how good he would be doing if he would actually be eating naturally. That would be interesting.
Sure, let's go.
So the trick is, you put the cleat like this, and then you get in the hole, and then you push down.
It's so fun how these bikes are like so fast compared to normal bikes. Look at this. This is how light it is.
If we just thought we would be attending the Olympics, we have better stuff to do.
The goal is to make sure that we have the rights to wear this color on the bike.
The goal.
For another 4 years.
Right. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
I'm excited to watch you win the Olympics. Make sure that you check out Christian on Instagram and YouTube, and I will see you next time.
Magnus looked kind of like a corpse at the end there. Both of them do, but Magnus looks worse. That's because he's been doing it for longer. Not the same as Christian, but his lifestyle is also very stressful. As I said, I don't know what he's trying to achieve. Is it some kind of trauma? Did his parents not show him enough love? He obviously wants attention from other people. That's why people do it. The same reason bodybuilders go to the gym, and especially the ones who use drugs. They need a lot of attention from people, and people who need this didn't get enough attention as children. Usually, it's not black and white. There could be a lot of stuff going on deep down. But as I said, you are for sure not doing it for yourself. You wouldn't destroy your health and reduce your lifespan by decades for yourself. It's never for yourself. You are only self-destructive when it has to do with other people, the way they see you, what they say about you, whatever the case may be. You're always gonna do something to yourself because of that. You yourself can live your life the way you want to. And in nature, you never even see yourself. You don't think about this kind of stuff. You simply live and survive. In this case, you're destroying. You're actually doing the opposite of what you would do in nature. Nature, as I said, you do everything to survive, to live. Whereas now, you're doing everything to reduce your lifespan to the maximum. That's kind of what VO2 max is about, to see how much you can decrease your lifespan. People would have sent guys like this to a mental asylum back in the day. It's just so severely destructive what they are doing. Actually, running up a hill for 26 kilometers, or 27 in this case, as he said, for no reason, simply to destroy your joints, not to be able to walk in your 40s, probably going to be in a wheelchair, realistically. And in general, he's going to have trouble moving. The dark eye circles are insane, exactly what you would expect for somebody who does sports in general, but especially for somebody who exercises. This is extremely much. It's really pathetic in a super, super sad way. There's actually people who look up to people like him. I'm just trying to really wrap my head around it. It's crazy because the guy has a lot of subscribers who want to be like him. And Magnus looks up to the Christian guy, and it seems like he wants to destroy his body just as much as him. And there's other people who look up to both of them. What is it going to take for people to realize that this is exactly what you should not be doing with your life? When they are going to be in a wheelchair, or at least when they won't be able to walk anymore eventually, is anybody actually going to question it? Or is the media simply going to brainwash you again to believe that it was something else? They could easily get a heart attack any day. Are you going to then realize what was going on? Or are you going to say that it's genetics, it was his diet, it must have been something else? Is anybody actually going to wake up? Thanks for watching.